as Alex said, I'm Alex, other Alex, and I'm working in GameDev team. So actually, it was not me who added HLSL, but I improved it a lot, I believe. So because I think during this day you're already a bit tired, so let's just play some games. Okay, so probably you all know this demo game from Unity sample. So I will just try to complete it during this meeting. So, and of course, I can just play game from Unity, so I modified a bit. You see this blue guy become green guy. Okay, so I'm going to finish. No. Okay, so as you may see, we can spend a lot of time trying to complete this game. But you may see I'm not best gamer, but probably not worst programmer. So I tried to apply my skills to this goal. So I will show how we can use Rider to improve your gaming experience, to improve your game, and actually make it possible to complete. So let me start with things I changed to this game. So I won't do everything during this session. So I prepared something. And let's start with modifications to this player character. So first of all, I think it jumps not long enough, and also it moves not fast enough. It will take a lot of time to complete this level. So to this, prefabs player, I added few properties to original code. First of this is max jump count. So you can make double jump. It may save you in some situations. And also I added boost speed on jump. So every time when you jump, you improve your speed. So let's try to change something. So like I change to 2 jumps and boost speed on jump. And yeah, another thing I improved it because I realized I can't complete this 1 life. So I'm allowed to have more than 1 life. So now we have 3 lives. And let's try again. So as you can see, it jumps higher, and now double jump. Okay, and I like Superman. Okay, still bad. But yeah, so we have these properties, and but you can see the guy is jumping higher and higher, and moving really fast. And then, if I start this game again and face some enemy, then I survive it. Okay, first time I died. So I have 3 lives, but I don't have any visualization. And so I can add some nasty UI. But I'm not good in UI as well. Almost as good as playing games. So, but I'm, as Alexander said, a bit know something about shaders. So let's go to shader and let's see what we can do. So I prepared the shader and I added speed % property, and also added some magic property keyword to null, which allows you control shaded keywords. And then you can see in Rider, so you can see the shader, you can see all highlight we have in Rider. And also you can see special highlighting for shader features. So I got 2 steps forward and added 3 modes. So actually you can have no highlight for speed. You may have continuous highlight, like it just layer function, and you have step mode when it changes color on specific fixed steps. So let's see a bit on code. So you can see here this piece of code, and then it's all gray. So let's use one of features I added to Rider, so we can control shaded keywords. So for example, if I want to see how it looks with continuous mode, I can just activate keyword, and you see it's changed visualization, and it's underscored, and now block active. And also you can see this information. So this is shader variant branch, and it's not active in right now. So, okay, so what we have here, we have this speed %, and when we have speed core mode, let's activate it. And you can see for speed % we have 5 steps, and just use like simple arithmetic to like make it more granular. And okay, for color we just apply your function, and then it just changes from color to max speed color by speed %, which we calculate from difference from base speed we have. And so let's return back and check this player and check material we have here. So I change mode to continuous, and let's see what changes. So you can see this guy changes his color. So it becomes more red and red as he adds his speed so much better, I think, now. Okay, our clouds. Yeah. Okay, so much better. You see? Yeah, but one thing I forgot. So still no visualization for his lives. So back to green after that. And so let's try to add this visualization. So go back to the shader and start with adding attribute. As you can see here, I can use live templates like code snippets, and you can easily add property, and then you can call it something like else alpha, and then use another magic attribute from Unity like this. And then I can go use structure view, for example, for better navigation. So I can go to shader, can go to my program, and then I need to add shader feature. So now it says it enabled, and I can disable it, of course. So let's keep it enabled, and then go to this code, and okay, what we want to have here, if keyword is active, in that case, we need to modify color alpha, and they clamp it to something like else. Let's use some hard code, and then it's something like this. So from 50% to 100%. And then I can create a variable for health, of course. Sorry. Okay, now I think we have everything we need, except one thing. We need to set this health from code. So we can go to player controller. And I already have this update material properties method. And I already have this set float for health, which sets current HP. So it should work. Let's try. Okay, you see this guy is like transparent, but nothing changes really. So let's try again. So as you can see, as once I jump it changed it to solid color, so no more transparent guy. But when I face it slime, and okay, I need another jump and another jump to update state. So what's going wrong here? Let's check the code. We have this update material properties, but it called from set max speed because before we only needed these material properties update changes values. So when we changed max speed when we jump it. So let's fix it easy enough. Just move this method to update. So we have this update, we already have a gem state, and then we have material properties. Let's return to editor, try again. Okay, this guy is solid, face is slime, semi-transparent, even less visible, and died finally. So everything seems to work. Let's return back to our code, and you probably noticed some highlights here, so like speed percent and health. So a writer tries to help you to find inefficient code and fix it. So here we see string-based property lookup is inefficient. Why it happens? Because every time when you set float, it basically calls shader property to ID to transform this string to identifier. And then it adds some overhead, which we want to avoid. But with the writer, you can easily fix. Just automatically add new variable for speed percent, and it will do basically the same thing, but you don't need to look up every time. So let's fix both cases. I don't like to have health one. Let's do it as property ID, something like that. Okay, so now we have everything in place, but let's check one thing. Because on previous speaker said about garbage collector, and it may be not problem itself, but it may be problem if it causes like garbage collector interrupts. And so you have all this in game, you have lags, things you want to avoid. And one of ways how you can face this issue, so simplest and fastest way to have problem with garbage collector if you have allocation in every frame. Because okay, if you have like 120 or 240 frames, in that case you have 240 allocations per frame, and more allocations you have, more problem. So let's enable profiler. Let's move it to bottom, try to run this code. Probably don't need to play it. Oh, sorry. So like disable maximize it. So yeah, let's play a bit. Press pause and then try to analyze what we have in profiler. And you see here in player loop we have 300, like 400 bytes allocated. Let's check what's happened here, and we can see most of bytes allocated in GUI repaint, and it's actually not a problem because okay, it probably will be rebooted in release build. But let's see this update script behavior. And we here in update see we have some allocations help player controller. So probably we have problem we need to identify. And one way to identify it, so you can just look into code, but and try to understand where you have this allocation. You can just and try to analyze all branches, or you can just use debugger, something like that, and try to step with debugger and understand where you may have these allocations. So let's try it. We have this breakpoint, and while we are here, I want to show you some features we have in Rider, especially for debugging. So you have active scene here, view, And then for game object, you may see components. You may see some information about these components. So you have special predefined views for Unity, which may be handy. And like visualizers, you can explore. You can make queries for collections, things like that. Okay. So I won't go deep into details. Probably George already covered most of these things. So let's just debug something. So we have this update jump state, but nothing happens here. And let's go to next. And now I may notice this underscored new keywords. Okay, it's oblivious. It's allocation here, but else I have inspection, which shows there is instance creation. And this inspection actually comes from a plugin which I love a lot. It's Heap allocation viewer. So it's absolute must-have plugin, I believe, for Unity development, because it's so useful to see where you may create garbage. And for this Heap allocation viewer, let me show some cases. So for new, it's oblivious, it makes memory allocation. But for example, if you have something like struct ABC, and then you have new ABC, in that case, it doesn't show there is memory allocation. So you don't need to check, and actually it shows structures and class names in different color. But if you have same color, in that case, it will be just simpler to understand if it's allocation or not. But if you have not so obvious case, then you probably may use other features. Okay, like allocation showcase. I prepared some cases here. So let's check few of them. So basically allocation of new object. Then you see this conversion for boxing. I think I need to stop the bugger. Yeah. So there is box allocation because every time when you assign primitive time to object, there happens hidden memory allocation, and same things for closures. So for example, you have allocation for because you have captured I inside of this section, and if I comment this line, then there is no allocation. And same thing when you build string with primitive time, there box allocation, and when you build string, there are allocation for string as well. So a lot of things which may help you identify such heap allocation problems easily and fix potential problems with garbage collector. And also one more thing I want to highlight here is hot paths highlight. So like for update function, you have event function with this fire sign. So it shows it really executes very often, basically every frame. But even better, when you go to material properties, now you see this frequently called, and you can check incoming calls and understand where is this path coming from to this method. So you can, if you see allocations, if you see this frequently called method, then you can easily understand it may be a problem, or maybe not. It all depends. Okay, but how we can fix this allocation problem? Basically, you can just make property for property block, and instead of creating a new block every time, you can just reuse this. And in that case, if we run again, and if I pause game and check allocations, okay, actually, Let me see. Okay, to be honest, it still shows because of logging. Okay, actually it shows. Okay, there are no instances. Sorry. Okay, let's try again. Hopefully this time it will be better. Sorry, it was not my intention. So something goes wrong. So probably need to initialize an awake method. Okay, let's return just all the way. I don't want to debug it right now. Okay, so basically after all these improvements, we now have C visualization, and it's much simpler for me to complete this game, and probably I will be even successful in that. No, probably not. Okay, let's try. One more thing I forgot. When I kill enemy, I have extra life. Okay, I did it. Oh, now we have for like 5 more minutes, and I want to highlight a few other features. So first of all, for example, for this demo, I prepared 2 menu items. You may see them here in game. Make impossible and make possible. So basically, make impossible makes standard settings you have in game. So like 1 life, no extra jump, things like that. And make possible is of course better rush of game. When you have 3 lives, you can double jump, and you have increased jump height and length. So much better, I think. And let's check the code. So I basically have this special function with prefabs, which modifies this prefab, and then I have some settings here. And yeah, if you debugging it, then you can just run directly from editor, so like this, and then you can see log. So you don't need to even switch to editor. Check if is it working or run such commands. So it might be very helpful in development. And then also we have things like that. So we can have inspections, Unity-specific inspections for physics, like recast all have no allocation version, which is recommended to use instead of this version, especially if you have something like that every frame. So you can easily convert to null memory allocation, and just then you need to create result here. And it will automatically even create type for this. And then I'll like initialize something like, I don't know, 10 recasts. And then other inspections here for layers. So it says basically for, we don't have mask with this name platformer. So we can also see problems like that. And even better, you have code completion. So like you can just complete. And then of course, you have same thing for shaders. So if you have some shader in game, and then you need to look up it, then you can use, and then you can navigate to shader, and you can see usages. We have highlight for implicit checks for Unity object lifetime, like here. So you can easily understand if it's just regular C# null check or it's something behind that, because in Unity it's some magic when comparing to nulls. And also I want to show you integration with assets. So like here, you might have max jump count, and then you can see it unchanged in assets. And then you can see right here prefabs and values in these prefabs. And you can then navigate to that prefab and see it in your editor. And if, for example, I use my special make possible. Okay, no, make impossible, because in code I have correct values, right? In that case, so I'd have max jump count, and then if I check, okay, did it work? Yeah, probably issue with indexes. Anyway, and yeah, what else? So I think my time is over.